What is up, guys? So today we're going to be analyzing two more of my lounge races. The same as usual, one where I do well and one where I do poorly. But today we're going to mix it up. We're going to start with the one where I do well. So the one where I do well is Mushroom Gorge. Let's get right into it. So usually on Mushroom Gorge, first set, what I like to do is try to get a box on like 6th, 7th, or 8th. Or like some middle spot where maybe you can get shrooms. Because getting triple shrooms first box on Mushroom Gorge without stopping can be pretty powerful. So right now I'm just driving. I do get a mushroom, but I try to be greedy and try to pass this guy, and it doesn't work at all. So I'm off the track. That was avoidable, but on Mushroom Gorge, what you can do is just you know, spam the shock and deny everyone the gap. I think this is a pretty good shock spot, and it's it's a funny one, so why not? So right now I have the bill, and I'm in a really good seat right now. I'm perfectly set up for the next shock. Right now, with Bill, my only task is just to gain as many spots as possible. So try to drive fast. Be efficient. It's pretty straightforward. The problem if you have Bill is you cannot afford to get hit. Because then the Bill gets significantly worse. Okay, we're right here. You might think I should Bill right now. But as you can see, the guy in last, he goes bottom path right here. The fact that he goes bottom path means shock is way less likely than if he goes top path. Because if he goes top path, he can just get it and chain it immediately. But if he goes bottom path, the chances of him getting shock are lower. And even if he gets it, the odds are just he's not going to use it in the middle of nowhere if he doesn't get an immediate chain. So yeah, right now my goal is to maybe flash in 9th or 8th, and that's what's going to happen right here. So yeah, I flash in 8 and I bill immediately. Because that's going to allow the bill to carry me over all the mushrooms. As you all know, the bill over the mushrooms is very good. So right now, just go around last turn. I lose to one guy who takes gap, but honestly, that's no big deal at all. So I end up with a 3rd place finish after a pretty atrocious lap 1. That's MG, baby. So yeah, once I got Bill lap 1, my game plan was already set. Drive fast, try to get as many spots as possible. I actually got 2 crucial drafts before using my Bill. Let's see. That was one lap 1. That was one right here. This draft right here, along with the draft in the cave, lap 2, yeah, along with this draft. Those 2 drafts are what allows me to actually flash in 8 right here. Without those 2 drafts, I would be stuck in 10th, and my bill would then drop me in 5th, which would be, yeah, right here. If I don't get those 2 drafts, my bill doesn't carry me over all the mushrooms. So those 2 drafts were actually very crucial. But yeah, alright, so that's the race I do well. Alright, time to go on the race I do poorly on. And it's on a MKWii this time. Now, like I said in my previous video, the beginning of races on MKWii, especially for tracks where front running is extremely important, the race beginnings are very crucial. You really want to establish yourself in a top spot. And I'm lucky and I get a few mushrooms. So that allows me to do that. Jaker just runs everyone over with triple greens. And right now I see that I have 2 shrooms, and if I do glitch, I would have a shroom in first. So I decide it's worth the risk. So I go for it, I barely fail it. I think if I was a little further to the right, I would make that. And then it gets me punished severely. Now this mistake right here, getting bumped off here, is pretty avoidable. If we go back over here. If we see the guy on the left, I can see him over here. And I know that his line is actually, he's gonna cut back tight for sure. So I should recognize that and already go wide. But I decide to be greedy and stay tight so he's no longer on my screen, but I should know he's still there. And yeah, so he pushes me off because on his screen he's ahead of where he appeared. And I should be aware of that. Should not get bumped off there. So right now I'm playing MKWii from the back, which is not good at all. My goal is just to catch up as much as I can. Honestly, you're pretty much never going to get a dodge lap 1 on MKWii at the end. they are all already held. So right now my best bet is just spam all the mushrooms I get and try to get back in the top spot somehow. But as you know, BCWii can be very chaotic, so not getting hit at all can be pretty difficult. So yeah, I'm just stuck in the chaos right now. Goal remains the same. Just try to get up there. As you can see, first is breaking away kind of, but that's expected on BCWii. I think there's a blue right here though. There's a Screamer bill. That bill right here I should be able to avoid, but I don't know. It comes from the other pad, so it's pretty wacky. It was reactable for sure, but I just did not have it in me to avoid it. Alright, so Casper uses shock right here. And then look at Casper, this is pretty funny. You can see him, he drives, then he gets back bombed. This is why using shock or even playing around shock on this track is pretty bad. It's too chaotic. Right now, pack is very tight though. And being in the back here is not that bad, but the people up front still maintain control over the race. This is a very good pull. If I can avoid the chaos and hold it to spiral, I'm set. And right now I'm doing a good job at that, while still driving decently fast. If I use this golden on spiral, it can easily get me to third, maybe fourth. However, I kind of fuck up right here. I see this guy in a mega, and I think I can drive around him and pass him, but he barely megas me. It's so close. Like, look at this shit. Look at it. Like, look at this. He barely gets me. Really thought I could go around him, and it ends up costing me. Luckily, I get another golden, which allows me to maintain my my 7th place. But yeah, it could have been way worse. If I get a bad item in 8th there, I get like 9th, 10th, maybe 11th. I'm just lucky I got another golden in order to maintain 7th. So yeah, with takeaways from this track, I mean from this race, it's fine to go for a big risk, big reward plays like Glitch Lap 1. However, if you fail them, you need to accept the consequences of maybe that mistake being your race. And in this race's case, it wasn't exactly the case, because I was still in it, lap 3. But as you can see, being in the back is very much unpredictable, because you need to be so sharp in order to make a comeback. Like, if I was in the front, I would have control over the race, and I would have a peaceful top spot. But right now I have to, like, fight for it and all that. So, it's a lot more difficult to do it consistently. Like, it's doable. I could easily get third there if I avoid the mega, but if I don't go for Glitch Lap 1 and I'm in the top spot the entire race, like, none of this happens. And that's just something to be cognizant of. The things you go for lap 1 can end up determining your race right then and there. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if you enjoyed little baby race analysis like this, be sure to let me know. I actually enjoy doing these. So yeah, there's gonna be some more coming because I'm muted in lounge, as you may or may not know. So yeah, I need to pump out some content somehow. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back eventually. Goodbye. Thank you. Subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.